Good day everyone, this presentation is about Production and Operation Management, Chapter 3, Project Management. So to start things off, what is a project? A project is defined by a set of activities. Each activity is defined by its duration or time to complete the activity, and its predecessors are activities that must be completed before the activity can start. There are three project management techniques: first CPM, second PERT, and third Gantt chart. CPM stands for Critical Path Method. It is used to assist project managers in scheduling activities. PERT stands for Program Evaluation and Review Technique. It is used to assist in project scheduling similar to CPM. However, PERT assumes that activity durations are random variables. Well, Gantt chart is a type of bar chart that illustrates a project schedule. The first step in making PERT or CPM is to create a work breakdown structure. A work breakdown structure breaks down projects into manageable sections. The first step is to identify the main deliverables of a project. Then you can start breaking down the high-level activities into smaller portions of work. After breaking down the project into manageable sections, we have to develop relationships among activities. Decide which activities must proceed and which must follow others. Some activities will depend on the completion of others. To correctly identify activities and their precedence, ask yourself these three questions from each activity on your list from step 1. Which task should take place before this task happens? Which task should finish at the same time as this task? Which task should happen right after this task? This is an actual work breakdown structure of ABC company in making concrete pipes. As you can see, activity A, B, and C has no immediate predecessor. It means that in making concrete pipes, you need to start with activity A, B, and C. For a better understanding of our work breakdown structure, we must make a network diagram. So we can see in this network diagram that activity B and C must be both completed before activity D can start. Activity A and D must also be both completed before activity E can start. So in order for us to find the critical path, we must first complete both forward and backward passes of a project. To complete both forward and backward passes, we must add the allotted time of an activity to the next activity up to the last activity of a project. And when we get to the last activity, we must do it backwards while subtracting the allotted time until we reach the beginning activity of the project. The path that has the longest path from the start to end is the critical path. It is also the path that we took using backward pass, and that has a zero result when we reach the starting activities of a project. This activity schedule shows the results of both forward and backward passes that we did earlier. It also shows the critical activities and the slack time that we can take during the project. This Gantt chart represents the critical path. So we can see this work breakdown structure is clearly different from CPM because in CPM there is only one column for the allotted time, but in PERT there are three columns. The first column with the heading A represents the optimistic time or the shortest possible time. The second column with the heading M is the realistic time or the most likely time in which the activity can be completed under normal circumstances. The last column with the heading B is the pessimistic time or the longest possible time that the activity can be completed. So the formula for estimate activity completion time is A plus per M plus B over 6, and the formula for variance of time is quantity of B minus A over 6 squared. After computing the expected time and variance, we will put it into activity schedule. This activity schedule is slightly different from CPM. It has another column for expected time and variance. So in order for us to get the probability rate that this project would be completed within the deadline, we have to compute for the z-test. The formula for z-test is expected completion time minus actual completion time divided by standard deviation. The formula for standard deviation is square root of the summation of variance of critical paths. In this project, we get an answer of 1.51, which is equivalent to 0.4345 in normal distribution table, which means that we have 93.45% of completion rate. This is an example of a normal distribution curve of the project. So that's all. We hope that you learned something from this presentation. Thank you.